What's up, guys? Welcome back. Another video today. Another day. Another video. I guess another stream. Appreciate all you guys for the support recently. And yeah, we'll jump to some a few problems today. See what we can get done. Probably a little bit of a shorter stream, but I don't know, should be fun either way. Probably get some problems done. Take a look at this problem. Our daily problem. Man, I got my nails messed up in my thumb. 2294 petition array such that hang on, wait. Hang on. Petition array such that the maximum difference is k. Okay, you're given an integer array knobs and integer k. You may partition knobs into one or more sequences such that each element in knobs appears exactly one of the subsequences. Turn the minimum number of subsequences needed such that the difference between the maximum and minimum values in each subsequence is at most k. Subsequence is a subsequence that can be derived from another sequence by deleting some or no elements without changing the order of the remaining elements. Okay. I'm a little confused what we have to do here. You may partition knobs into one or more subsequences, such that each element in knobs appears in exactly one of the subsequences. Such that third and an integer k. So what is that integer k? Is this how many times we're partitioning it? Then the minimum number of subsequences needed such that the difference between the maximum and minimum values in each subsequence is at most k. The difference between the maximum and minimum values is at most k. So we partition here 6.5 because the most is 1. Then we partition here 3.12 because it's at most 2. The difference between the maximum and the minimum value in the first subsequence is 3 minus 1. The difference between the maximum and the minimum value in the second subsequence is 6 minus 5 is 1. Since the two subsequences were created, we return 2. It can be shown that 2 is the minimum number of subsequences needed. Okay. I think I understand. I'd like to look at some of the hints because I'm not sure. I don't really have the intuition here. Which values in each subsequence matter? The only values that matter are the maximum and minimum values. Okay. Our maximum and minimum values, yeah. The maximum and values of subsequence be max and min. It is optimal to place all the values in between max and min in the original array in the same subsequence as max and min. So the array. I guess it is a good idea to sort the array first, so let's probably do that. Sort. Let's print out arms. That makes it a little easier now that we sort the array. Should have thought about that earlier. So we can simply partition based on Take a look at the discussion. What a weird question. Probably you need to ask interviewing many clarifying questions. I kind of agree with that. It is kind of like a little odd of a question. Take a look at some of our other cases here. We got 1, 2, and 3. Really, we only need 1, right? Because our expected is 2. 2, 2, 4, 5. We want 0. This can't be done right? Expected 3. You have to do this 3 times because 2, 2, 4 by itself, and then 5 by itself, right? 2. The difference between the maximum and minimum values is 4 minus 4 of itself, 5 minus 5. Okay. So my initial thought here is we probably want to loop, right? Loop through our sorted array, right? And maintain, keep checking right between our left and our right. Right? We want to keep track of our left. Keep checking, right? As we check. Let's actually pull up a drawing here. So I'm thinking maybe we have our original array, right? But we sort it. Let's just look at case 1, because why not? We got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Right? We maintain a left pointer over here, right? And we keep going, right? We keep iterating until we can't go any higher, right? Because we want at most, yeah, where does it say at most K, right? So if it hits K, right, or it's more than K, I guess, what would we do here then? We would probably do, yeah, if it's, check if it's greater, right? If it's greater than that, then we go 1 back, right? Because then we know that this is the first valid subsequence, right? And then we would start from here. And we would keep going again, right? If it's greater, then we go back, and this would be our next subsequence, right? And so forth. I think that's probably the way that you want to look at this problem. At least that's my intuition. I don't know if that's probably the best way to solve it, or if or maybe if there's any better, but I don't know. So let's go here. We want to probably create a left pointer, right? Okay, probably want to loop through. Will we need our index? I don't know. We can just leave it for now. We can do, okay, well, if num's left, well, it's always going to be increasing, so how do we want to start? Do we want to start at 1? We probably want to start at itself, right? Let's start at 1 for now. I don't know. Then we can check, well, if right minus left, oh, sorry, num's right minus num's left greater than K, then we want to take, guess we probably need some sort of an array or something, right? Probably take some sort of an array and go res.append. We can slice between. Hey, what's up, Ariane? How you doing, bro? How's your day been? Slice between nums between where we're at. We want to go between left. Oh, but how does the slicing work in Python? I always forget which one is inclusive and which one isn't. Because honestly, I don't really remember, but I'm going to college. I buy a 4060 gaming laptop or a Mac. Bro, it depends on what you want to do with that, dude. Are you trying to be a gamer, or are you trying to do other things on it? So it begins inclusive, and the end index where the slice ends exclusive. If omitted, it defaults to the end of the sequence. Exclusive, so end doesn't count. So we include the left, right? But if we end, if we're here, then it doesn't include from here. Let's just see. Hang on. Let's go right, right? Because it doesn't include that one. So technically that kind of works. But what are you coding, bro? I'm doing just a problem on LeetCode, just like it's like a getting ready for interviews sort of website. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's just like kind of brain teaser problems, things to think about when you learn about data structures and stuff. Video editing, motion graphics, and coding. I want to explore a lot. What's up, user? How you doing? I don't know, bro. I kind of like to do both, but I'm kind of a little bit more of a gamer. I'd probably go with the 4060 laptop, but that's my personal preference because I like to game too. But I don't know, bro. I also love Macs as well. I don't know. Whatever you feel, man. I mean, both are good, but if you probably want to game too on it, then I'd probably go with the gaming laptop. Can we make a project? V-edits? Yeah, bro, what do you want to do? I mean, it depends. If you want to reach out to me, I have my Discord in the description and some social media stuff. So if you have an idea, like, just message me and I can let you know. I'm kind of busy a lot because I work too, so it's hard to make time. But I mean, I'm happy to do whatever. So minus greater than K, we add it, and then we want to move our left pointer. Left is equal to right. Turn out res. Well, actually, let's print out res because we have to return an integer technically. So let's print out res. I have to go to work tomorrow after a month break. I'm not prepared. Oh shit, that sucks, bro. What do you work? Like, what do you do? What are the best skills you would recommend to starting learning from a first year of college? To get a high paying job. I don't know, dude. My one piece of advice, I would probably definitely start working on your own shit, probably in your first year, like, you know, start doing some projects and learning on your own. I appreciate that, V-edits. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. But for you, Iran, I would probably say, I don't know. I would definitely say working on your stuff, like probably your first year, just work on projects. I personally think the best thing I ever did was probably, I bought a course on Udemy, like a web development course on Udemy or something. If you're interested in game development and you're interested in web development or you're interested in, you know, whatever that is, you know, buying a course on Udemy and learning in your own time, because like, I don't know, college doesn't really teach you everything, bro. It kind of teaches you the foundations, but if you want to really go somewhere with it, you gotta have a passion. You gotta, you know, do something outside of college. You're a receptionist user. I mean, that's a pretty chill job though, dude. I would think as a receptionist, no? You're probably just like relaxing most of the time. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Why am I getting 1, 2, 3? Am I printing something else? Let me print nubs. Is it pretty chill being a receptionist user? Okay, we're stopping from there. A lot of social interaction though, which sucks. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You are probably, I feel like you are probably dealing with that a lot. Let's switch this up. Let's jump into, I don't know. I'm thinking something different maybe. Let's make this into a while loop instead. I is less than the length of nums. Load of social. Thanks for answering my question. Hope you have a great day ahead. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Ariane. Good luck with your stuff too, bro. Good luck in college. What do you do for a living? I'm currently an intern right now, but so that's kind of what I do. I'm interning at a place, and it's really good so far. So I really enjoy it. Why don't you use Java or C? I don't know. I think Python's probably the easiest, bro, in terms of like probably interviews and stuff. Yeah, I just think Python's the easiest to do. It's easy syntax and yeah. So I would probably recommend I'd recommend using Python. I don't know. It's just kind of personal preference, I feel like, to be honest. Actually, kind of want to look at my stuff. Let's see what I was doing here. There's a lot of pen, nums left, right. That's equal to right. Would you be interested to try out Endeavor OS or Fedora someday? Yeah. I mean, I'm interested in all the Linux distros, but if I was to switch, I mean, I've been using Linux Mint for like 5 or 6 months, but if I was to switch, I'd probably switch to Arch or something. I don't know. I was interested in it. I'm pretty sure from what I know, like Arch is kind of for like all the, I think what we're missing here is we need a res.append here at the end. I think, yeah, I'd probably switch to Arch. I don't know, just to try it out. But I'm not like kind of like a Linux nerd, to be honest. So I'm not like, you know, hardcore Linux bro or anything. I kind of just started to use it recently. So let's print our res. I think that's why it wasn't working earlier. I didn't notice that, but we have to print our last one. Okay. I think that works. So now I guess probably just return the length of our res. I think. There we go. There's our daily problem right there. Endeavor. Oh, we're missing something. Maybe we can get rid of this right here. Endeavor is Arch, but with a GUI installer. 11 OS is Arch, but with a GUI installer. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, to be honest. Okay. That does kind of what puts me away from Arch is the is like the installation and the setup and everything, and I don't know, I feel like it's way more try hard than here we go. Let's go. Problem of the day. It's way more try hard than the other distros. I'm kind of like low key Linux to Linux Mint, so easy to use, you know, so easy to install. But yeah, I am interested in other ones though. So let's jump into a graph problem. Graph problems are fun. I feel like check out some graph theory, dude. Man, I wish I had premium leak code so I could do some of these, dude. Kind of pissed me off. I can't do them. Pacific Atlantic water flow. Munrik Sepra. Hi from India. What's up, man? Nice to meet you, bro. Are you a self-taught developer? No, I went to college. I do learn my own stuff though. Like I do work a lot and try and learn on my own. So I wouldn't say I'm self-taught though. I definitely I went to college. So to be honest, just stick with Linux Mint for now. As the saying goes, if it ain't broke, it ain't broke. Don't fix it. That's true, dude. I've loved my experience with Linux Mint so far. So it's been good. All right. There's an M times N matrix, rectangular island. The borders both the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean. Pacific touches the island's left and top edges. Okay, we got the Pacific Ocean over here. And we got the Atlantic Ocean. Now it's positioned to a grid of cells. You're given M times N integer matrix heights, where heights are C represents the height above sea level. The cell. The island receives a lot of rain, and the rain flow can flow to neighboring cells directly north, south, east, and west. If the neighboring cell's height is less than or equal to the current cell's height. Water can flow from any cell adjacent to an ocean flow from any cell adjacent to an ocean to an ocean into the ocean. Okay. Are you familiar with CS50? Yeah, that's a Harvard course. Yeah. Have you heard of the program offered by Harvard University through? I have heard of CS50, and I do know that I think it's on like YouTube or something something like that. I've never really looked at it. I've graduated, so try some LLD questions. It would be interesting to watch. LLD. What does that stand? What does that stand for? Bridgewell. I'm not sure. Am I LLD? Let me search that up. Oh, low level design. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not familiar with the. So pretty much with this problem here, I do have to get into system design though, Bridgewell, because I don't know. I don't really have a lot of knowledge on that. I mean, I've worked on my own stuff, but really, like, I feel like as an entry level developer or an entry level engineer, like, you know, I don't know if that's like really required, but maybe nowadays it is, dude. I don't know, but it's definitely an interesting thought. So I'm thinking with this problem here, I'm sure you guys have probably looked at it. I mean, you can tell from this. I think it's definitely probably a BFS problem, applying BFS to this graph. What I'm thinking of here is that, so I mean, you can see here, we have this 5 here, and this 5 can flow all the way into the ocean, right? So what I'm thinking to solve this problem, have you finished Free Code Camp and HackerRank coding challenges? No, I haven't even ever looked at Free Code Camp or HackerRank. I just jumped into LeetCode, man. What are you aiming for? Like Fang or what? I don't know. I'm kind of like whoever wants to hire me, dude. To be honest, it's not like I'm not saying that like in a way that like I'm super desperate, but like, it's not like I'm really aiming for Fang. I'm not. I don't think I'm probably at that level to aim for Fang. I don't really know, but but I don't know, dude. Hopefully, I mean, if I could get a job at Fang, that would be awesome. But I'm aiming just for, you know, a company that, you know, hopefully has a good career path and, you know, somewhere in a good location that I want to be, and, you know, something like that. I want to get some experience fast. I feel like experience is the most important thing for sure. From how long have you been doing LeetCode? Probably about 5-6 months, probably. I've been pretty consistent with it. Are you strong in DSA? I feel like I'm okay. I wouldn't say I'm goated or anything, but I think I'm okay. Let's import our queue here really quick. Collections. Let's import our DQ. So what I was saying before, I think we want to solve this with a BFS approach. So probably want to initialize our rows here. So let's get the length of heights. Initialize our calls. Get the length of heights, but take the first column. Mean going to fall in today's DBMS exam gonna fail. No, you're not, bro. Keep grinding, dude. You're a dog, man. You're a dog. Just keep grinding. What's your tech stack? Python, Java, C#, .NET, React. Worked with Postgres, Firebase, and Node. Shit like that. Front end, back end, full stack. I'm aiming for full stack. Mern/mean. I don't know what that mean. Mern/mean. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm a little confused. If you want to clarify a little bit. I guess you are distracted from this live chat. Yeah. Are you in college or a dropout? No. I graduated college, dude. I went to college for 4 years. I played tennis there. I was an athlete. I'm actually from Australia. I got a scholarship to play tennis. Came to the US, played tennis, studied CS because I was a huge nerd back in high school. Played tennis, graduated. And yeah, so everything's good. I appreciate all the chat, guys. I know I'm getting kind of distracted a little bit, but I don't know. It's kind of cool talking to people while I do this. I don't know. It's kind of fun. So appreciate all the love and everything. I really do. All right, back to the problem. So I think the way we want to solve this, I feel like there's probably a better way to solve this, but the way I'm going to kind of solve this is I'm going to look through, I think I'm going to loop through every single node for row in rows, for col in cols. And what I want to do here, guys, what's that language? It's Python, man. It's Python. What was your course like? CS? Yeah, I studied computer science. Yeah, it was pretty good. I had a good experience. I went to a very small school. I went to I don't know if you can see. It's kind of dark in my room now, but there's a jersey over there. It's like a framed jersey. I went to Eastern Illinois. It's a very small school in the middle of Illinois. But it was fun. It was a great school. Would recommend it to anyone. It's fun. There's I think the program's very small. The CS program is very small, but there's bars off campus. There's everything. There's athletics. It's fun. So, man, I am a disgruntled coder. I am an experienced functional QA engineer with 10 years of experience. Honestly, I tried to learn coding a lot, but couldn't preserve. I think I don't have a nerve for that. Yeah, it's definitely tough, man. It's definitely tough, but I enjoy it. I just enjoy the problem solving about it. It's a good time. So, yeah. What we want to do here is, we want to loop through, and we want to call. No, that would probably be way too slow. Trying to think here. For colon cols. Let me read this question again. The island receives a lot of rain, and the rainwater can flow to neighboring cells directly. Less than or equal to the current cell's height. Water can flow from any adjacent to an ocean in the ocean. Return a list of 2D grid of corners result where result I, RC denotes that the rainwater can flow from cell RC to both the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Okay. Okay, let's take a look here. So I'm thinking I want to pass our BFS, our row call. Probably want to visited array, right? Probably need our directions array, right? I use this directions array. Pretty much what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm going to run BFS off each cell. So I'm going to loop through this grid, run BFS on each cell, and see if it can probably have a flag to see if it can get to the Pacific or get to the Atlantic. I think that's probably the way that you want to solve this problem. I don't think that's the fastest way you can solve this problem, but I think I'm going to see hopefully if it accepts it. I don't know. I can't really remember. I have solved this problem before, but I can't really remember how I did it, to be honest. But I don't know. I'll see if this accepts. If not, I don't know. So resorting to low-code and no-code text. That's true, bro. I've worked with some low-code, no-code stuff, but robotic process automation, bot development through UI parts, automation anywhere, Salesforce development. Ever heard of these? I have, yeah. I don't know. Have you... Mainac, have you heard of I've worked with like Power Automate and like Nintex and stuff. That's like low code, no code stuff. I don't know, I've built like workflows and stuff, and I don't know, it was interesting. I never really kind of heard about that stuff, but I don't know if you know that. Are you on LinkedIn? Yeah, my LinkedIn's in the description. Shivam, yeah. Yeah. Okay, we get our visited array. Probably want to pass in our directions too, right? So let's pass in here. We probably want north, up, down, left, and right. We want to think about this. When we think about up, down, left, and right, we think about, okay, so to go y, to go down the y-axis, we want to go positives. Oh, no. 0, 1, 2, 3. So probably positive here. Want a negative to go up. Sorry, should be the other way around. Up would be negative. Down would be 1. And then they go right for the x. So we go left, we would go negative, right? So, and then for right, we would go positive, right? We want to call our BFS with currently this stuff. And what do we want to do here? Probably want to create. Let's create a BFS function. We pass in our row. Let's do for R. Just so I don't get confused here, just in case. Can pass in R, pass in C. All right, we want our BFS function here. We want to pass in our row, our call, our visited, and our directions. Probably in this case here, we probably don't want to define our visited set here because then we're going to keep track of everything. What we want to do is we probably want to pass in a new visited set every single time, right? Because we're calling BFS on each cell here. And if we have a visited set that is kind of universal, then we're not going to be able to really, go through anything. Everything's going to be visited pretty much. So probably each cell call it. And then we can have some sort of flag inside of here. So what you want to do here is you probably want to pass in, probably want to initialize our queue inside of here too. Probably want a separate queue for each one, right? So probably initialize our queue. Probably append, right? Queue.append, pass in our row and call. And we want to check, okay, while queue, we want to pop. So let's pop our... Let's go R here again. RC. So we can feel like we're renaming a bunch of shit like constantly. So while queue, let's pop here. So let's pop our row and our column. Is equal to queue.pop left. And then we wanna, this is probably where we want to create some flags, right? So our flag, let's create like a Pacific flag. Pacific Ocean flag. We can initialize it to false for now, right? And then we create our Atlantic Ocean flag and initialize it to false. So what I'm thinking here, Python. Victor, yes, Python. Yes, Python. Python is goated language. But yeah, before we get to the flags, we probably want to do the basic BFS function here. So probably want to loop through our directions array. So for NR and NC in directions, right? We want to create our new row, make it equal to our new row plus our row that we popped here, right? Our new row being where we're looping through this direction right here. So, right, this would be our row, this would be our column. And then we create our new row. So our new row that we're going to go to when we call our BFS function. And then we're going to add row to it, right? We go to our new call here. We add our column and our call. And then what we want to do here is we probably want to check our bounds, right? We want to check that we're in bounds. Okay, so if our 0 is less than or equal to new row, right? And the reason why we do equal to 0, right? Because we can have a 0 row or column, whatever it is. And that is less than rows, right? And then our 0 is less than or equal to new call, but is less than calls. And our visited, and we have to check if our new row new call is not in visited, right? So our new row, new call is not in visited. We don't really need to check what the value is, so I think that should be good for now. We check our bounds, right? Oh no, actually that's a lie. We definitely need to check our value because we need to check if it's less, right? Because if it's greater than what we're looking at, then it can't flow. So it has to be, I believe, where does it say in the problem? Represents a height above sea level. How do we know island's top left edge is in the Atlantic Ocean? The island is positioned into a grid of cells. You're given M times N integer matrix height. Height RC represents the height above sea level of the cell coordinate RC. The island receives a lot of rain. Less than or equal to. Here we go. If neighboring cell's height is less than or equal to, right? So we need to check, okay, well, are you literally coding for 146 days? Yeah. Yeah, I am, dude. I mean, it's not every single day. I mean, sometimes I'm not here, bro. I'm like not on my computer, so I can't code. Like sometimes I'm, you know, doing something on the weekend, you know, like I also have you know, stuff going on too, but I've been doing it for about 5-6 months. So I've been pretty consistent with it. I've, you know, probably missed a couple weekends. I can tell you this for sure. Every single day I've been in my apartment and my computer was here, I made a video. So there is some days on the weekend where I've been out of town and I haven't been here. But for the most part, if I'm actually, you know, at my computer for the day, you know, I'm at my apartment, I make a video. So, but there's a few days that are skipped, just because, you know, I go out of town or something. But yeah, it's been pretty consistent though. So yeah. Zero is less than or equal to new rows, less than rows, but is less than new call and is in visited. But we also want to check, right? And grid row call is less than or equal to our grid new row new call. Let's make this a little bigger. We can see this. Can you show your profile live now off LeetCode? I can. After I finish this problem, I will. I'll show you problems. Hello, brother. Love from Bangladesh. Love you too, Nayam. Appreciate the support, dude. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so we know that it's less than, right? So if this is we need to make sure that's less than or equal to as we're traversing, right? So if we were to start here and we move to the next one, oh no, we should be the other way around actually, right? Because technically, what are we returning here? We're returning, we're returning the ones that can reach, right? So let's say we were to, now I'm thinking these corners are always gonna be in it. So what we want to do is, okay, like if we're at this element here, right, and we check our old element, row call is greater than or equal to grid new row new column, and we move, right? So that should work, right? If we come here, we can move, right? Anything, if grid row column is greater than it, we can move, which works, right? So I think this is good. So then what we want to do here is we want to do q.append. We want to append our new row and our new call. And then obviously we want to add this to visited. New row, new call. This is where we need to think about our flags here, right? So we need to somehow check if it's if it can make it to the Atlantic, right? Or the Pacific. So how can we do that? We're going to have to somehow pass these flags into our queue, right? So when we come through here, we check. Maybe what we can do is we can check here every single time, right? We can check our flags, okay? Right, so first we can check, let's check our Pacific, right? So, just curious, what's your kernel version? You can find out by typing, I don't know, bro. I'm probably not gonna check that right now, user. I think it's probably the most updated one, but I'm not gonna bother to do that. Sorry, bro. I need to lock in on the problem, bro. Like, but it's probably the latest one, dude. I update my stuff all the time, so I've customized my OS a lot too, so that's why it looks probably a little different. I mean, you can't really see much, but I've customized it a little bit. Okay, the way we want to check the Pacific is we want to check, well, if the row is 0 or the column is 0, then we're at the Pacific, right? So we can check, okay, well, if our row is equal to 0 or our col is equal to 0, then we can make Pacific Ocean is equal to true, right? For the Atlantic, we would check, okay, well, if our row is equal to rows minus 1, or our col, hello bro, love from India, appreciate that, Deepu. Sorry I keep bothering you with the Linux stuff. No, user, you're good, bro. Don't worry about that. I can probably do it at the end of the video, but I just need to lock in on this problem. You're not bothering me at all. Appreciate all your support and everything, so thank you for that, dude. And col is equal to col minus 1, right? Because this is our last column over here. Then our Atlantic Ocean is equal to true. It's equal to true. Do we want to pass in these flags every time though? Because if we're gonna redo these flags here, we probably want to do them before we pop. Screw this coding. Play with yourself. Appreciate that, Howard. I don't code all day, bro. I just I do a little bit every day. So appreciate the comment though. I think maybe we want to probably move these flags over here. Will that make a difference though? I don't know. Maybe we initialize it outside of the queue. Actually. Right? No, or maybe we just want to initialize them inside the queue. False. False. Maybe we don't even need to really declare them like that. We can go like row col. We can do Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, right? So that means we can get rid of this. We check our flags, right? So that's the first thing we want to do. We check our flags, right? If they're equal to true, this is equal to true, right? And then we can pass that in down here, right? So we can do Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean. We initialize it with false. We pop Pacific. So we got Pacific Atlantic here. We check here. Check if they're true, right? So now what we want to do is we want to do our final if here, right? Check if they hit, right? So this is where we want to add to our res, right? And we want to return a list of a list. So let's probably initialize a array here. Good luck, bud. Appreciate that, Amit. Appreciate all the support, dude. Thank you, man. We want to check if they hit here, right? So we go, okay, if shit, man, how are we gonna do this? We just do if Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. So we're saying if they're true here, we just want to do res.append append our row call, right? Or Pacific Ocean is equal to Atlantic Ocean. But if we append here, is this going to be... I don't know if this will work, because we could be at a different value, but right, we want to append the original row call, but how can we store that? How can we store that original row column though? Because this won't append, I don't think. Do res.append row call. Right? I feel like we're definitely missing something here. I don't think this is gonna run. I'm surprised this problem has a 57% acceptance rate. Like this is a tough problem, man. Like it's a lot to think about here. False. Right, we row call. Check if it's Pacific or Atlantic, if it hits. If they do hit, so if our flags are true, we append our row call. But our issue is our row call won't always be our first one that we traversed. So maybe we can save that up here. We can do OG row is equal to row, and OG call is equal to call. Because technically what we're doing is we're running BFS from each part here. So we can just append our OG row and our OG call. Hopefully this works, dude. Okay, and down here we want to return our res. Okay, let's see if this runs. I don't know. There's definitely going to be some sort of error here, but... Oh. We got this crap down here. I think this needs to be inside here. Def BFS. No. It'll be outside. Oh shit, I was meant to get rid of that. That was our BFS function. It's so far down, I didn't even see it. Let's grab our res here. Pass it in, return res. We loop through, we got our BFS function. Let's see if this int object is not iterable. Oh, we've got our range function, which I always do. Always forget. Range calls. Grid is not defined. Ooh, what was it? Heights. Okay. Let's do our heights here. Our heights here. Oh. Well, we did pass some test case. Oh, pass this one. Okay. We did append something. Oh, this is what expected. Ooh, jeez. We, definitely not appending everything. So we do have an error here somewhere. It's less than calls. We check if new row is not invisited. And heights row call is greater than or equal to If it is, we append our flags, append to our visited. Initialize our queue, set everything to false. For our row column here, we check our flags. Row call is equal to 0, row call is equal to 0. If Atlantic, row is equal to -1, or call is equal to -1. Are we... No, it shouldn't go back to false. They're both equal to true, we append. It looks good to me. I don't know. I mean, my logic seems right, but obviously there's something wrong, but I don't know what it is. What are we getting here? 3, 0, 3, 0. What are we appending here? 3, 0. Why are we appending 4 3 zeros, dude? Oh, okay. I think it's because we're constantly appending this every single time, because we could hit it, right? But like, for example, we could... I think the reason is because we're going to hit it multiple times, right? Because if it's true constantly, then we're going to keep hitting it. So maybe if they hit, maybe a break goes here. I don't know. Okay, well that stopped all the duplicates, so that was good. We got 3 0, 3 1, and 4 0. Okay, but we're missing these ones. What are these? 0 4, so this one. 1 3. 1 3 is this one. Oh, sorry, no, 0 4 is this one. 0 1 2 3 4. Wait, no, that's this one. 1 3. 1 4. We're missing something here. I don't know what it is though. Does anyone have any idea? Like, can anyone see in my code like kind of what could be my issue here? I know it's kind of hard to see. Maybe make this a little bigger. Can anyone see what the issue is here in this BFS function? Why I mean, it's kind of hard just to look at it. I don't even know if someone can do that, maybe, but greater than or equal to, it's not in visited. And we're appending our heights. Yeah. I feel like we're checking it properly. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure. I don't know what the issue is here. What is my bug? That's why you got AI to ask you what your bug is, because I'm not sure what my bug is. So it looks like here, Jack, can I ask a question? Yeah, of course, dude. You can ask whatever question you want, man. So it looks like here, what we're missing here is bug calls equal to 0. This line is broken. Okay, so they're saying that this is broken here. Oh, we're missing... I think if that's our issue right there, this is going to be insane. If that is our issue, that is insane. Just that one S. Okay, no, we're missing something. Oh. We're not adding our original node. Visited row call. Let's check it out. Oh, dude, I thought that was it, dude. My heart was pounding for a second. Row call. We add our original node. So we did miss that. We got 0, 4. We didn't get 1, 3. We got 1, 4. We didn't get 2, 2. So we're missing something else as well. Hey, Minutes to Smile, do you have that question, man? I'm happy to answer any question you like, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my issue is here, man. I have no idea. Man, what do you think for Java? I'm paying a course, 100 euros per month for 6 months. They said that I am gonna be a Java developer when I finish. They said you were gonna have 6 projects finished. I don't know, dude. If I was you, bro, that's kind of a lot of money, dude. If I was you, I'd jump on Udemy and take a course on Udemy. I would recommend a lot of the courses on Udemy. That's kind of where I got started. I also went to college too, but I'd also those courses are cheap too. So, okay, so it looks like here implementation is working, but we've got a bug with our flags that aren't persisting correctly. So again, an issue with these here, but I don't know if you started BFS. I'll leave it. So they're saying here that instead here we want to return true. That's probably the better idea, right? And then we check over here, check if BFS, right? Then this is where we append, res.append our row and our call. So that means we can get rid of this OG flag. That's probably what I should have done in the beginning. I don't know why I didn't think about that. It's probably because this fucking code is so long. I didn't realize this right here. 100 euros, bro. Just pay for ChatGPT and learn from it when you were stuck. Yeah, bro. Honestly, that's facts right there. Galactic Past. That's probably facts right there, dude. AI is goated nowadays, bro. It helps you with everything. Like, I definitely, but you got to watch out the way you use it too, because sometimes you might become too reliant on it. But yeah, that's definitely facts right there, Galactic. I use it all the time when I'm stuck too. So I'm using it right now to help me solve this. I don't know what my bug is over here. So now why is this not working? We return true here. What if we get through this? We probably want to return false. Right? If we get through our while, we probably want to return false down here. Because then it's... Okay, well that didn't help. For new row, new call. Well, to be honest, the reason why I paid is because they said we are going to help you find it. We're going to help you for finding a job, and there is like a members group of all the people who finished and make projects. Yeah, honestly, CM Evo, I'm not sure about that stuff. Can I offer you a job? I am a CDO at Northern Trust Bank, and we had 2 junior developers who can code in SQL, Python, and Java. And we need 2 junior developers who can code in SQL, Python, and Java. Yeah, man, just reach out to me on LinkedIn, dude. I study at UIC, bro, close neighbors. Yeah, dude. UIC is legendary, man. Don't use ChatGPT if you're a beginner. They are going to only help, or they are guaranteeing the job. Yeah, that's true. I'm curious about that too, CM Evo. Are they guaranteeing you the job, or are they, what's happening there? But to your question, Ajahn Singer, just reach out to me on LinkedIn, man. I got my socials and stuff in the chat, so I would appreciate it though if it's if there is a position. Studied UNC, bro. UIC, dude. Let's go, dude. I'm in Chicago all the time and at UIC. My girlfriend's from Chicago, so I'm up in Chicago all the time, man. Return false. Okay. Man. Result pen, rogue call. I don't think that makes a difference, to be honest. I don't think that's my issue. Man, we're missing something here again, dude. I'm not sure what we're missing here, dude. This is crazy. Oh, man. They're going to help, or they are guaranteeing the job. Oh, well, they said reference work. Don't know what that is. I think that probably means, like, you get, like, the, I mean, maybe you get, like, connections, like, being in the group or something, and you can reach out to people. I don't think, like, they're, like, guaranteeing you a job. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that, I don't know. I feel like not many places would probably help you find a job, to be honest, but I feel like that's all kind of up to yourself. I've never really seen that stuff before, so. All right, man, we got to figure out what our bug is here, dude, again. I'm not even... Okay, so again, we're having an issue with these flags, apparently. So they will refer you to a company? Yeah, they said if you're a good student, you can work for our company. Well, that's cool, man. That's a good, that's a good thing, CM. So, Pacific and Atlantic are updated globally. Okay, yeah, I understand that, dude. So instead, they're saying instead of passing this as a parameter for our queue, what we want to do is we want to kind of what we went back to originally when we were kind of keeping them outside as a global variable. What we want to do is we want to do Pacific Ocean is equal to false. Atlantic Ocean is equal to false, but then we also want to remove it from our queue up here. Check if it's false here. And then if it's true here, we update it. But we don't pass it as a parameter. So let's see if that makes a difference. Oh, we need to fix that. Let me read the chat really quickly. Yeah, they said if you're a good student, and you only have 6 months experience, I'm not sure any company will hire you with only that much experience. They can probably find someone with 4 to 5 experience. The current job market, 45 years. I mean, that's true, dude. I don't know, man. You gotta... I mean, bro, I don't have much experience either, dude. I've only interned at a few places, so I don't have a lot of experience either, but I don't know, dude. It's all about connections and stuff, I feel like, and just work hard, man, bro. Like, I feel like when you work hard, like, working hard pays off, so that's all you can do, dude. Just work hard and make those projects, man, and just, you know, keep throwing your resume around the internet. I don't know. Just, what are we missing here? We, expected 4, got 2. Okay, we need to get rid of this. Goodbye. There we go. Let's go. We solved the problem. It only took us, like, probably an hour to solve it. But we did it. We got there in the end. Hopefully, if this submits. Actually, I didn't think about... Let's go. This is now complete. This is complete brute force. I'm sure there's much better ways to do it. Let's have a look what they did here. Holy shit, this looks so AIDS to read. Oh my god. This looks awful. Give me something different. Okay, let's see this one. Rows and columns. Okay, they run DFS here. So it looks like here they're running DFS from the corner nodes, which that's what I was thinking earlier, probably the best way to do it, because you automatically know that these two corners here are going to always be true, right? Because they have the Pacific and the Atlantic here. So I guess you could probably just run maybe DFS from here. I don't know, but is this running from the corners though? R+1. I don't know. All right. Well, my solution's better. So, no, I'm joking. What projects have you made till now? For me, what have I done? I've made a portfolio website. I have made shit ton of CRUD apps, dude, with different databases. I've just worked on a bunch of small things, man. Probably the biggest thing I've ever worked on is in one of my internships for an intern project. I don't even think this is really that impressive either, but I created a chatbot that uses OpenAI's API and uses this thing called Fresh Service, which is their help desk or whatever, their internal IT support help desk, using their API. And I made a chatbot that learned. They had like a knowledge base within Fresh Service, so it was like a bunch of articles and stuff about documentation, how to do things. Pretty much, I trained the knowledge base using those APIs, pulling that information. Created the chatbot, to use that, and then also some other features within the chatbot. Created the chatbot could automatically submit tickets for you, so it could intelligently decide what your problem was, fill the ticket for you, submit the ticket for you. It could view the tickets. It can, I had a little login panel that used SSO sign in and everything. So yeah, that was probably the biggest thing I've probably ever worked on. But again, like, I don't feel like anything impressive. It's not like I'm, making some startup or something crazy like that. So, just simple things, man, like CRUD apps and just stuff I enjoy working on the side. So yeah, that's what I've worked on so far. Well, now we are working on a restaurant app, and we are learning to build this app on Zoom, and two other people projects, a car dealership and a back app that are some specific videos about that. That's cool, man. That's good experience though, dude. That is really cool. Anyway, there was someone that wanted to see the problems I've solved, so I guess we'll take a look at my profile. Someone said that about an hour ago. This is my profile. I've been pretty consistent with LeetCode. You can see, pretty decent. Solved about 430 problems, so I don't know, just being consistent. Yeah, this is my profile. So but yeah, as a student, how many hours do you study per day? How old are you? I'm 19 years old, and I try to get as many study hours as possible. Yeah, so I'm 23. How old am I? How often do I study? I don't know, probably a couple hours a day, I would say. I try and I have other hobbies outside of programming, so I mentioned before that I was a tennis player. I played college tennis here in the United States. I play a lot of pickleball. I like to lift and go work out. Currently on a fitness journey too, so doing stuff like that. I do that. I used to just like to hang out with friends on the weekends. I'm a normal person. I like to go to the bar with my friends and have fun. Go to fun events or go to things. I'm just like a normal person. I just try and spend, a couple hours studying a day and try and be kind of accountable to that. Work on projects. Just try to, if that's lead coding, working on a project or doing something. Again, these projects aren't crazy or anything spectacular. They're just, simple CRUD apps. Just things to, try out different frameworks, stuff like that. So I think it's worth it to pay internship, and the modules are about the SQL databases. Do you think it's worth it to pay internship? I don't know what you mean by that, CM. Pay internship. Do you think it's... I think it's worth to do an internship at all, even if it's unpaid or paid, if that answers your question. The module's about SQL databases and most. Dude, honestly, bro, like, the only advice I could give you, bro, is, like, just stop reading and start doing, man. Like, just, dude, if you got no idea how to do something, let's say you want to make, like a notes app or something, you know, with some database or something like that, bro. You got no idea how to do it, you know, just look up a YouTube video how to do something, you know, learn off the YouTube video, and then, you know, try and make something similar and just do the same thing and just keep practicing, bro. Like, that's all you got to do. Like, just practice, man. Like, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to struggle, but, like, if there's no struggle, then you don't learn. So, you know, there's a quote that I really like where it's like, I don't remember what it is, but I saw it on TikTok, but you got to have some sort of, you got to struggle, man. If you don't struggle, you don't learn anything. So, just start doing, dude. Just start making stuff and start small and go up. And I'm not, it's not like I'm cracked or anything. Like, I'm not goated or anything, dude. I'm the most average dude out there as well. Like, you know, I'm just trying to get by. Just work on CRUD apps. Just, you know, really anything that's really is what matters. Anyway, I'm going to look at, I think, one more problem today because it's getting late, dude. 8:39. It's like past my bedtime, bro. Nah, I'm joking. Probably going to play some little bit of games, you know. Let's take a look, though. Yeah, I also think doing on LeetCode, these study plans, too, are really good. Also, the NeetCode 150, I would recommend that. I went through this. This was really good. You know, and he's got videos for everything, so that stuff is good. Man, did this submit, dude? What is going on? We just did this problem. What is going on here, dude? Oh, there you go. Submitted. Okay, let's check out our top 100 most liked. So true. Yeah, dude. Just start making shit, man. Just start have fun with it too, bro. Like, you know, that's the most important thing. Just have fun and learn. What do I want to do? I don't know. Let's do a heap problem. I feel like it's been a while. Sometimes also revisiting problems on LeetCode is good too, bro. Like, just revisiting stuff and, you know, making sure you know it. Making sure you understand, like, what a heap is, you know, how it takes the topmost value. Your argument's time complexity must be better than O of n log n when... Okay, so what are we doing here? Given an integer array nums and integer k, return the k most frequent elements. You may return the answer in any order. Okay, so we're given an array, we're given k, and we want to take what? Return the k most frequent elements. So this is sorted too. So the k most frequent. So we return 1 and 2. I feel like you could probably do this in a different way. You could probably do this with a hash map. No, like, probably easier, hash table. But this is a heap priority queue problem. Interesting. Your algorithm time complexity must be faster than O of n log n. So by junior Java developers, what do you think you should know? Hang on, CM Evil. Do I pay for LeetCode? No. I wish I had LeetCode Premium, but it's too expensive. It's like $30 a month, so I don't. So by junior developers, what do you think you should know? I don't know, CM Evil. Probably not much, dude. I mean, dude, I'm not even a junior developer, so I don't even know, like, to be honest, but I would just say just having, like, a solid knowledge of, like, you know, fundamental things is probably the most important thing. You know, I guess it also depends on where you're from as well, but, like, I don't know, dude. Also, honestly, dude, I wouldn't even worry about that stuff, man. I just try and just start building stuff and just have fun with it, bro. Like, just start making things, dude. Let's jump in and take a look at Heap Python documentation. I can't remember how the heaps work. To create a heap, you use a list initialized to this, or you can transform a popular list to a heap function, heapify. are provided. Okay. So I think really here when we think about a heap, I think what it's doing here, I think the reason why, I mean, we could easily solve this with a hash map, right? I mean, this is pretty easy problem with a hash map. I think it's fairly straightforward. I mean, really you just put it into a hash map and then, you know, start counting from the lowest value. Oh, sorry. You just keep track of the value. If that's the highest one in the hash map, then you would just add that to your res. So add that to your result array. So, but to solve this using a heap, I don't think I have solved this using a heap. I think with a heap, what this would do, hang on, let me see, what does a heap do again? What does a heap do? Satisfy the heap property, which dictates the value of a node is always greater than or equal to the value of its children. Okay, so really what I'm thinking here is I think we could just keep popping, right, until we see a new number, right? If we think about a heap, if we put this into a heap and our topmost value would be our lowest number, no, that wouldn't work really, because our highest number could be 3. We could keep popping and maybe keep track of it some way or something like that. I think that's the way to look at it, but I don't really know 100% to be honest. Anyone have an idea, or maybe you've solved this problem before? I mean, I've solved it too, but I don't think I solved it using a min heap. But does a foot job count? No, bro. No foot job, bro. Let's start off with yeah, it's just a freak map is equal to count our nums. Right, so here we're just counting, making a hash map here using a built-in function. Have you tried NeetCode? Yeah, I have, dude. I've done most of the problems on NeetCode, Mr. Roberts. Good luck, bro. Thank you, Ox. I really appreciate that, man. Have you tried NeetCode? Yeah, I have, Mr. Robot, sorry. Ox, big respect. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love, man. Nico was good, dude. I love his videos, dude. He makes the best videos, bro, out of anyone. So I'm kind of sad. I think he just recently kind of stopped making the videos. He's doing system design stuff now. So he's the best though, dude. I love this stuff. Set all the nums into the heap, then extract k times. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, we might as well make our heap, right? What do we got here? We got 1, we got 3, 2, 2, 3, 1. Man, no hate, but why do all the Indians know Python? I don't know, dude. Because Python's goated, bro. Have you done any projects? I have. Nothing spectacular, but I have, dude. Man, you inspire me to start coding. Respect to you. All the best. Appreciate that, Rahul, dude. Good luck. Good luck with everything, man. Appreciate the love, dude. Thank you for that. The thing is, the previous comment, Adi Adinlua, insert all the nubs into the heap and then extract k times. Would that work though? Because I thought, like, correct me if I'm wrong, bro, because I'm not goated at all, but like, if we were to put these numbers into a heap, right, 1 1 1, right, and then we get this is what we're looking at here. If we were to put this into a heap in Python, I mean, it's in the documentation, it starts off at a min heap. Does that mean, hang on, dude, I need more space, bro. Does that mean if we heapify this, it's going to look like this? 1 How does a heap look, man? I can't remember how it looks, dude. Holy shit. I can't remember from college, dude. Honestly, it's been forever, dude. It's been so long, dude. I know like a heap, it like bubbles up or whatever. Like, I just don't. But is it ordered a heap? What does min heap look like? Okay, so I think I'm right. So it would start off like this, and then I think this is a min heap, right? Our biggest number. Shit, I'm kind of confusing myself. When you have a duplicate here, can min heaps have duplicates? I don't even know. I'm working on job applications tracker, and I stopped because I don't think it would make me stand out in this market. Bro, don't give up. Don't give up, Mr. Robot, dude. No giving up, man. Just keep going, dude. Keep applying and keep working on stuff. You need to keep track of the nums you have inserted to avoid duplicates, or create a set of unique nums and heapify. Keep track of the nums you inserted to avoid duplicates. Keep track of the nums you inserted to avoid duplicates. But then how would you keep, if you put them into like a set to avoid the duplicates, how are you going to keep track of the k most, right? Because we're returning the k most frequent elements, right? So if we have a set, right, then this is just going to be a set of 1, 2, and 3. We're not going to be able to keep track of the k most frequent elements. So how would that work, bro? This is definitely tough to solve with a heap, dude, because I'm not really 100% familiar with heaps. Yeah. Let's take a look at a solution, because I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. But let's look for a heap one. See how they did it, because I'm not sure how you'd solve this with a heap. Again, I'm pretty confident I can solve this with a dictionary pretty easily, but I mean, I know I can, but I'm not sure really how you'd solve this with a heap. Okay, what are they doing here? They're making the counter. They create the heap here. They have a for loop here that loops through the num and the count and counter items. So looping through our key and our value pretty much. Then we heap push, heap, and then we pass in an array of count and num. Then we check, okay, if the length of heap is greater than k, then we heap pop. It's interesting. Or we can create a max heap. In the heap, we need to track the number of... Look at this code, bro. Like, what is this, bro? Bro. What is this solution right here, dude? Like, this is... How many lines of code, bro? Probably like 40 lines of code? Bro. This is literally so overkill, dude. Like, what is this garbage? This is insane. Dude, what is that? So this guy does the same thing here. He uses a heap. Okay, let's just think about it like this, right? So we go through, we go for key and value in counts. Well, ours is freak map. Freak map dot. Do you have Java knowledge? I do have Java knowledge, yeah. But I prefer to do DSA problems in Python. So, but I do have Java knowledge, yeah. Okay, so here we do a heap queue dot heap push. All right, so this pushes to the heap. in the documentation here, I think we pass in our current heap, right? Heap push the item onto the heap, so we pass in the heap and then the item, right? So here we pass in key and val, right? Then we check, well, if the length of the heap is greater than k, then we want to pop. Wait, hang on. Turn the k most frequent elements. The k most, why are we checking if it's greater than k if we want to turn the k most? I wish they had better test cases here too, dude. I feel like these are garbage ass test cases. Are you trying to grow your online audience by streaming, or are you streaming to make practicing these problems more fun for yourself? Honestly, dude, if I'm being completely honest with you, Marching, I started making these videos about 6 months ago where I program every day. I mean, you can see if you look on my channel. One day, literally a couple days ago, I just was like, I'm going to try and stream it, you know, maybe just to, you know, to make it more fun, or, you know, maybe people on the internet can help me. And I don't know. I cannot believe how many people are watching the stream right now. I think we got like 30 people in here. I honestly did not expect this at all. I literally just turned on the camera. You can see the stream is like, I mean, not the best quality, but I just do it for fun, bro. Like, it's just more fun talking to people and learning. Okay, as a Java learning student, can you explain to me this problem using Java concepts if you're really good? Haha. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, bro. You just program it in Java. I don't really know kind of really how to answer that question, to be honest. I could try and program it in Java, but honestly, I'd probably have to look up all the syntax and everything. It's alright, bro. Meow, I guess. Dude, that's a goated name, dude. I'm confused here why we're checking the length of the heap here in our submission, in our solutions here. Does anyone know why we're checking the length of the k here? We check the length of the heap is greater than k, right? With the items that we're pushing in there. But why greater than k if we're trying to look for the top most frequent elements? Well, did you not understand the problem? Did not understand the problem, sorry. No, it's okay. I thought I was second guessing myself too, bro, honestly, like but then we pop here, heap q dot heap pop. We pop the heap. Then we got list comprehension here. For people that don't really know, is that how you spell comprehension, dude? Honestly, I can't even spell it. Comprehension. Oh, comprehension. We go V for nothing. V in heap. I'm curious here. I'm gonna ask GPT here why we're checking greater than k. Why are we checking greater than k? Right? I think a hash map would be best. Yeah, no, I agree, bro. I think a hash map would be best. I think I could solve this in like just a single for loop with a hash map, but the tricky question is just kind of using a heap to solve this problem. I feel like that's the most challenging thing. What I don't understand is just this line here. Why we check the length of the heap here is greater than k, right? Because in my understanding, when it means return the k most frequent elements, for example, there's 3 1s here, and there's 2 2s, right? And there's 1 3. So we're returning the k most frequent elements, which would be these here. Unless I'm wrong, but why would we return the length of the heap is greater than k? I don't understand, because the length of k is greater than 2, so I don't really get why we're doing that. And that's what I'm trying to understand. If anyone knows, I'd appreciate the if anyone understands. You're building a min heap that stores the top k most frequent elements. To maintain only the top k elements in the heap, push frequency element into the heap. If the heap ever grows beyond size k, Pop the smallest element. Since it's a min heap, the least frequent item is always at the top. Okay, so I knew that. I don't understand. Can you visualize it? I find asking it to visualize it helps a lot. Push the heap 3-1. 2-2 3-1. Heap maintains min at top. Right? Push this. Now the size is 3 greater than K. Oh, okay, too big. Pop the smallest. Ah, okay. Did you get a job, brother? Not yet, Abhishek. Not yet, bro. Still grinding, dude. Probably not gonna have a job for a couple months, so I probably plan on just, I don't know, making these videos every day that I'm here in my apartment. Sometimes I'm not here, so. Okay, so I understand. So what we're doing here, right? I understand why we're doing it now. So, right, we have our hash map, right? In this case here, right? I'm going to draw our hash map here. Okay, so look at this awesome drawing of a hash map. So we got 1, 3. Then we got 2, 2. And we got 3 and 1, right? So we're looping through these items, right? So we're starting off our 4. Let's switch color. Let's go orange. Our 4 starts here, right? And we push this to our heap, right? Because in Python we have a min heap. Man, you are so disciplined. I think you're gonna. Man, you are so disciplined. I think you're gonna be the best. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that, man. Is a length number of layers of the heap? It's just the length of the heap. How many things we got in the heap? No worries. Surely a good one soon. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Hoping for a job. That would be great. Anyway, just dropping by in between classes. Can't help much since I have zero knowledge of coding. Good luck though on whatever you're doing. I already subscribed. Maybe we'll see you again in the future. Thank you, Meow, dude. Good luck good luck to you too, bro. Thank you for the kind words, man. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're looping through our hash map here and we're pushing it to our heap, right? So because Python by default is a min heap, right? The lowest value, which is this one, gets pushed to the top, right? So this here is technically 1, 3, right? And I think the heap goes off the first number, right? So we do this, right? Then we check, okay, is the length of our heap greater right now? No, it's not, because the length of our heap is 1, right? So we don't do anything. Then we go to the next value. So now we're here, we're at 2, 2, right? We append, right? I think 2, 2 goes over here, I think. And we append 2, 2, right? And now we check, okay, is the length of our heap greater than K? No, it's not. So then we go to our next value, right? We go to 3, 1. And we append 3, 1, right? I guess I'll fix this up. I guess no. I mean, technically, hang on. Technically, we have 3, 1 here like this too, right? We have 3, 1, right? And now we reach this if statement, right? We see, okay, if the length of heap is greater than K, then we heap q.heap pop. We pop on the heap, right? And when it's a min heap, we pop the topmost element, right? So then our res, I think, looks like this. We pop, so heap q.heap pop. But what do we do with that? We're not really heap q.heap pop heap, but we're not storing that anywhere, so right? Heap q.heap pop heap. Doesn't matter until specified. So we're just popping, right? So we just pop it. So if we pop the topmost value, then we're left with 3, 1, 2, 2, right? And we loop through the heap and we return a list when we loop through the heap. but the heap, which has 2, 2, and 3, 1 in it, or is the heap, wait, what are we appending here? We're appending the key and the value. Is that what I'm doing here? Key 1, 3. Wait. I think I'm, hang on. We did this wrong. Let's redo this. Hang on. It's Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Let's just make sure, is the min heap based off first value or second value? HeapQ builds a min heap based on the first value in the tuple. Ah, dude, my leg. Okay, so I think we got this right. Not by key, but by value. So 3, 1 on top. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we loop through here. We add our key value, right? So right now, our key value looks like this, right? We're starting at 1. We put 1, 3. Right? The length is not greater than k, so we leave that. Then we go to the next value, right? Which is 2, 2. All right, we add 2, 2. 2, 2 is over here, right? Okay, we go through and we add 3, 1. Right? 3, 1 is over here. Okay. We're at 2, 2. We're at 3, 1. The length of the heap is greater than k, right? And we heap q.heap pop, right? We pop from our heap, right? But in this case here, it goes from the first value, so it goes from our key, right? So, am I right here? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, bro. I don't even know how to pronounce it, bro. The guy that said not a key, but by value, so 3, 1 on top. But this is a min heap though in Python, so I think by default it's not a max heap, but by default it's a min heap in Python. So I think the min value goes to the top. Heap maintains min at the top. We add the third item. Pop the smallest min heap, removes lowest frequency. I'm a little confused here, dude. This is really confusing me. I know I'm thinking about it in the right way. We pop, it's a min heap, so we would pop by 1, right? Because the min heap looks at the first item in the tuple, right? First item we're looking at is a key here, right? So we pop this value, right? This value gets popped, right? The min heap turns into a 2, I believe, so the 2 would go up here, but that doesn't really mean anything, right, for this test case. And then we loop through all the values here, V for V and heap, and we get 1 and we get 2. But I don't understand how that corresponds to, given an integer array nums and integer k, return the k most frequent elements, because technically we got 1, 3 and 2 2s, but really we want to return this one, but it's still, like, I don't get that part. Does anyone understand that? I don't know. I'm definitely thinking about this wrong in some way, but So why is it probably 1, 3 that's the most frequent? Actually, 1, 3 means number 3, frequency 1 is the least frequent element. Through full clarity. throws off the first value. So y, that's exactly your wrong. Great for revisiting. Let's break it down. Wow. GPT gave me the wrong thing. That's why it was messing up the whole time, bro. There you go. That's why you can't trust AI right there, bro. So really it should be value key. There you go. Now that makes sense, right? So let's just make sure this submits. So that makes sense now. Okay. That's why I was getting so confused. But if we think about this the other way around, right? If we were to loop through this, we're going by the first value, right? So we append our value key. So really we'd append our value 3, 1, right? And then we go to our next one. We'd append 2, 2, right? So 2, 2. And then we'd append 1, 3, right? 1, 3. Right? And this would come to the top. So this would be our least frequent. We'd pop this. We'd return these two, right? And then we return these two values, 1 and 2, right? And that's our answer. There we go. That was the whole issue. This was wrong. I should have double checked it. I didn't, but we got the answer in the end. So that works. We learned how to do it using a heap. I mean, that is way more simpler using a dictionary, but hey, it worked. So we'll take it. I'm gonna call the stream there, guys. I've been gone for about 2 hours, so I just want to say I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for joining and talking and making it fun. So, and to the people that helped me, I appreciate you guys helping me solve these problems. So, thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow, probably around the same time. So, thank you guys again for the support. I will see.